Hey everybody, it is Femtrooper here, and today I want to do a video that's all about upcoming games for this year, 2013. I know a lot of people are doing these kind of videos right now, so I'm really excited because I looked on websites about which games are coming out this year and which games that I'm really excited about. So the first game, and I'm going to do it in order of release date. So the first game that's coming out this year that, in my opinion, is like really highly anticipated is Ni no Kuni, which is a PS3 exclusive, and I just pre-ordered it like 2 days ago, whatever, and I am like so excited. So if you guys don't know, it's a level 5 game, and it's like in association with Studio Ghibli, who do all the movies like My Neighbor Totoro, Spirited Away, whatever. And it looks like absolutely amazing. Go look up. I know a lot of people aren't looking it up because they don't want to spoil it, but in my opinion, go look it up. Go look up screenshots and gameplay footage. This game looks amazing. So I'm really excited about it. And that comes out on January 22nd, so it comes out on Tuesday. So that's going to be my project for a little while, and that's 100% buying because I did prepay the whole thing. So I've got other games here that I am looking forward to. That doesn't mean I'm going to buy every single one of them, but I'm kind of wanting to buy all of them. We'll see. But the next game that's coming out that I'm looking forward to is Aliens Colonial Marines, which comes out February 12th. And the reason I'm looking forward to that is because I don't know, I love the Alien series, so that's really exciting. And I like the Aliens vs. Predator game. I'm hoping that there's 2 settings. I hope there's a campaign for being a Marine, and there's a campaign for being the Xenomorph, because that's super exciting to me. I don't know, I love those games. And because that's coming out on every console, every major console, I want to buy it for the Wii U, because I only have the new Super Mario Bros. U. And in my opinion, not a lot of great titles for the Wii U next year. I know it's just brand new, so they're going to have a lot of things coming out in years to come, like the Nintendo stuff. Like there'll be a new Zelda and Metroid and stuff, and other like Mario Kart or whatever. But not a lot that were grabbing me, really. So I'm excited because I'm hoping that there's the gamepad on the Wii U will totally be a neat feature for that game in particular. So that one I'm really looking forward to. The next game that's coming out that I'm interested in would be South Park Stick of Truth, which, to be honest with you, when I was looking up games that come out this year, I totally bypassed it because I'm like, oh, another South Park game, another Simpsons game, whatever. But I was watching Ballnick 1982's video of his anticipated games for this year, and he talked about it, and he said it's actually an RPG, so I was like, whoa. So I had to press pause, and I go look it up, and yes, it is a role-playing game. It looks amazing. I mean, if you don't like South Park, obviously maybe skip this one, but I love South Park so much, so I'm really excited, especially because it's an RPG. It just seems like everything I like in one, so that's really cool, and it looks really neat because the animation is just like the show, kind of like Ni no Kuni, how it looks like you're watching a cartoon. I think the graphics on Ni no Kuni are probably one of the greatest things I've ever seen for visuals in a game, so that's really cool. Next game that I am really looking forward to is Tomb Raider, which I'm not a huge, I don't want to say huge fan, but I've just never really been into Tomb Raider, but I really like Uncharted. And I know that Tomb Raider obviously started all of this stuff anyway, but I've sort of, I just finished Uncharted 3, which I thought was really good, like the second one better, but it was amazing. And I don't know, I'm kind of feeling that treasure hunting kind of game feeling right now, so I really am excited about it, and it's supposed to be Lara Croft when she's younger, so I don't know what that means, whether she's like 20. I watched the trailer, it looks really cool, so that looks really neat, and that comes out on May 5th, and I don't know if I said, but the South Park game comes out March 5th. The next one that I am excited about would be The Last of Us, which is another PlayStation 3 exclusive, and these are the same guys that do Uncharted and Crash Bandicoot, that Naughty Dog. This game looks really cool. I watched the trailer, and I saw it actually last year on a show talking about games and upcoming games for this year, and it just looks really neat. It has the same kind of vibe that Uncharted has, like the same kind of feeling that when you're playing it, the gameplay and everything. It just looks really cool. So that one, like, super excited about. I think that would be a one that I buy, like, launch, because it just looks really cool. I don't know, something about it, like, you're in an apocalyptic world, and you're this guy, and he actually has to be with this girl who looks like she's like 15 or 16. I don't know, but he's basically taking care of her, and it looks really neat story. I'm really into story, so if it's just to shoot 'em up, I'm not really interested, but that one looked neat, so I'm excited for that. Next game, which is sometime in May, another oh no, this one isn't exclusive, sorry, so this will be on all the consoles, but it's called Remember Me. And again, this might be one that I totally bypassed, but it looked neat. So we'll see when it actually comes out how the reviews are doing. But it's called Remember Me. And it's basically like this girl. It kind of made me think of Mirror's Edge a little bit, even though I didn't really play that game, but something about it. You're this girl, and I guess basically, I think it's almost like one of those things where like you're like some assassin, your memory's been wiped, and you're trying to figure out who you are. But it looked really neat. And the visuals look cool. And I thought, oh, it had kind of a action adventure feel that seemed like a neat game, so that would be one I would look into for sure when it comes out. The next one that comes out this year would be Pokemon X and Y, which I am like really excited about because I love the series so much. And that one, they don't have a specific day, but it's October 2013. And not only that, but this is like, I think it's the first Pokemon game that they've released where it wasn't a Japanese release first and then it comes here. Is actually released everywhere in October. So I think that's pretty neat because it's always like, it comes out 6 months in advance in Japan and then comes to North America and Europe like, 6 months later. It's so annoying. So this is really cool that everybody gets it at once because you'll basically be at the same level that everybody in the world is at. So that's really cool. I'm definitely looking forward to that. And also, if you guys haven't seen, but the trailer to that, I know there's not much on it so far, but man, the graphics look so good. And I've always been a huge fan, and I still am, like games that look like, RPGs with the sprites, from the Super Nintendo era. That's like my favorite looking thing. But they're getting away from that a little bit, and that's okay because it actually does look really neat. I like the way they're taking it. I don't like a lot of revamped RPGs that from the Super Nintendo era where they make it all 3D, and I just hate it. Example, the way they made Final Fantasy IV on the DS, it totally turned me off. I didn't like it at all, and I ended up not really caring for that game in the series. It was too dungeon crawly anyway, but I hated the way it looked. So that's just a personal opinion, and people might not care because they just whatever, but something about it I didn't like. So I like the way that they're taking the Pokemon series as far as visuals. It looks really cool, and seems to me by just the trailer that it's not going to be like Pokemon Black and White, where those games, they were only Pokemon, like in those games, the only Pokemon you could catch were ones from that generation, which I found really irritating. All the other games were not like that, except for Black and White, and that was stupid. So this one looks like you're going to have a bunch of new Pokemon from the X and Y generation, and you're going to have Pokemon from older generations, which to me makes it more fun. So I'm really glad that they're doing that. So that I'm really excited about, 100%. And then other games that are coming out this year that just don't have dates, they have sort of like maybes. But Grand Theft Auto 5 comes out this year, which I'm really excited about. I like those games a lot. I know a lot of people are saying they're a little overrated these days, but I don't care. I still like it. I think it's fun. I'm not the kind of person that grinds through those. I take a long time because it's just one of those, like, I feel like playing GTA today, and then I just play for 3 hours and put it down. But other than that, I really do like it. And I have found that even though they're pretty repetitive, I actually still enjoy it. And it's probably going to look amazing. I'm really excited because GTA 4 came out in 2008, and I think I bought it the day it came out, and I remember it looked amazing. And the PlayStation 3 had only been out at that point, the PlayStation 3 had only been out for 3 years, Xbox like 4 or 5. But anyway, it was already good for that. So they're basically, these consoles are at the end of their era, I guess. And so it's going to be like the best graphics you can possibly put on the PS3 and 360. So that's really exciting. I don't know what else to say about that. I'm just super excited. So that one's coming out I'm hoping like summer, like I'm guessing it'll be like a June release, but it still says to be announced everywhere. There's no official date. Very annoying, but whatever. Next game is to be announced, which I think is spring anyway, but whatever. There's no official date. Is Pandora's Tower, which is for the Wii, which is part of Operation Rainfall, which I'm really excited about because they basically brought to North America, or in English, I guess. Not Pandora's Tower, because I know that was released in like Australia and Europe, I think. But anyway, basically they brought over Xenoblade Chronicles: The Last Story and this one, Pandora's Tower, and it looks really neat because all three, which I actually haven't gotten to Xenoblade Chronicles, but I'm gonna get to that in a second. Last Story I'm actually going to buy soon because it's starting to get rare, and there are EB games that have it here, and it's not very expensive. So I'm going to pick it up before it becomes one of those $90 eBay games, and only specialty shops have it. So other than that, definitely looks interesting. It's RPG, but it's action RPG, and I'm always up for something neat like that. Next game, it comes out this year, that's to be announced. I don't know when it comes out, but it will be this year, is Tales of Xillia or Exilia. Again, I'm not sure how they're going to pronounce it, but either way, looks really cool. And I feel like it might be a good way to get into the Tales series because it's a series that I haven't touched. If you guys have a recommendation, though, on the Tales games, I would appreciate it because I'd like to get into them. They look really cool, and I was thinking about starting with Tales of the Abyss, the 3DS version, just because I can take it wherever I want, and it did get good reviews, so I'm going to start with that, but that's a game that's not from this year. But anyway, so the Tales of Exilia is coming out, and that's a PS3 exclusive, so exciting. And the other one is to be announced is Until Dawn, which is a PS3 exclusive, and it's not really a game that I'm like that excited about because I may not buy it, but I was just looking up games that came out this year, and this one looks really cool. It's a horror game, and it's basically kind of like it's mocking that genre where it's a bunch of teens that go stay in a cabin in the woods, kind of like the movie, how it made fun of the genre. But it kind of looks like it might be fun, so I'm willing to try it when it comes out, or I'll be obviously looking into it, but that's not one that's 100% on the top of my list, like Ni no Kuni or whatever. So that's, it looks neat. Other things that are coming out, they're releasing a lot of Mega Man games on the 3DS Virtual Console, which I think is kind of neat. I don't know how much they'll be, but that might be something that's worth it. I think like a lot of the Super Nintendo ones they might release, so I would definitely be willing if they're like, like $5 or whatever. So that's kind of cool. And the other thing is the Earthbound re-release, which is a big question mark right now because nobody knows, is it a re-release? Is it like a virtual console thing? Are they going to put all three Mother games like on the 3DS? Is it going to be Wii U? Like nobody knows. But if it comes out this year, that's cool. But, I don't want them to wreck it. So if they do this, like, I want it done properly. So if it means they can't release it till like the end of 2014 or something, whatever, because I want this to be done properly, because I feel like this series, the Mother series, is so I don't know, it's forgotten almost. Like, it has a big culty following, but nobody knows. Like, if you ask people, like just the average Joe who plays video games, have you heard of Earthbound? Chances are they'll say no, but they've heard of Final Fantasy, or they've heard of Chrono Trigger, but they haven't heard of Earthbound because it's just so quirky and weird, and it totally failed in North America, which is really weird. Oh, well, anyway, so that I hope actually does come out this year. It's very exciting because I can't wait because I can play the first one and the third one, which I haven't played. I've just played Mother 2, which is Earthbound. And the other reason that I'm super excited about it is because then my boyfriend can play it. It'd be nice if he could play it on the 3DS, so that's really cool. And then other thing that is not games that aren't coming out this year, but games that I'd like to get to this year. These are priority games, I guess. So Xenoblade Chronicles is on my list. Because Ni no Kuni comes out on Tuesday, I just have to play it. I'm sorry, I have to play it. I'm not gonna buy it and then put it down. That's one I've been looking forward to for like a year. Like, I'm so excited. So after that one, I'm thinking that will be Xenoblade Chronicles because it just looks so good. I can't not play it. And then the other one, which is supposed to be my big game that I wanted to play, Final Fantasy VI, which I do have. I have it the PS1 like anthology version, which I know a lot of people are like, well, it's not as good as the Super Nintendo version, but it looks like the Super Nintendo version. And to be honest, I'm totally happy with that. I know they didn't really make it all up to date, and I like that they kept it Super Nintendo graphics, so that's really cool. But yeah, the Final Fantasy VI and Xenoblade Chronicles are two games that I would just love to dive into this year, but because Ni no Kuni is coming out, that they're getting put on hold. But I kind of obviously can justify that because Ni no Kuni looks amazing. So out of all the games, like probably Ni no Kuni, well, obviously that's 100% I'm buying, and Pokemon X and Y 100%, Grand Theft Auto 5 100%. And I'm thinking The Last of Us will be 100% purchase. Every other one is sort of like when it comes out, I'll see what the reviews say. But being honest with you, like a lot of them look really good. Pandora's Tower looks really cool. I have to say, I am looking forward to RPG that is completely different, because as much as I like RPGs, I have a love-hate relationship with RPGs right now, because I find that I get bored very easily when not much is occurring because all I'm doing is level grinding. And I feel like that's annoying. I want to sit down and play a game and see something new. Kind of like when you play Mario. It's like, okay, now I'm at a new level. Or I just finished Uncharted, and it was like the whole game is just something new. I don't sit and play the same part over and over again. So again, I sort of have love-hate thing, because when somebody says, oh, the game's 80 hours, and then I get bored because either I'm just level grinding for 10 hours, like that's not really, I get kind of frustrated. But RPGs and platformers obviously are my favorite genres, so it's kind of a weird thing. So Ni no Kuni I'm super excited about because it looks so different, and I want a new story. I don't want a story about 4 friends in the Middle Ages, and one person's a mage, one guy's a swordsman. I'm kind of sick of that right now. So to be honest, this is like way out there, very exciting. I'm sort of done with that old format. I'm not saying it can't be good. I don't feel like playing one of those right now, because it's just, no, I don't know. I just don't want to go to some like medieval town, and it's just not what I want to play right now. So this is very exciting. So those are all the games that I'm looking forward to that are coming out this year. There was another one. I don't know what came out. Game and Wario, I guess it's called. It's kind of like just silly, mini games, one of those. But that's not really, that's for Wii U. I'm not like super excited about it, but Anyway, that's pretty much all the games I'm looking forward to this year. And if you guys have any others that you're looking forward to, I know there are a few big ones I did not list. I am aware of that, but these are games I'm looking forward to and that I want to play. So yes, there were a few obvious choices I didn't include, but that's, it's because I just didn't want to play it. But, comments, tell me which games you're looking forward to, blah, blah, the drill. That's pretty much it, and I will see you guys later.